Fox News exclusive. More police officers were killed in the line of duty last year than any year since 1995, with intentional killings of police up 59%. David Webb, host of Reality Check with David Webb on Fox Nation, joins us now. Before we get into what Ray Kelly said earlier on Sunday, I just want to ask you from an historical standpoint. In 2021, Biden is president. The intentional killings were 73. In 1995, that was when Bill Clinton was president. That was more than 72 officers were killed. And then in 2011, you also saw a high number of officers killed intentionally when Barack Obama was president. So is it fair to say that people need to, from an historical standpoint, they need to really look at the way that these people, their laws affect police, and not only that, but the way police do their job?
Well, the environment does matter, Ashley. The laws matter, the environment matters, the policy matters. What's changed since those days to where we are now, and police has become more, or law enforcement writ large has become a much more professional community, much more professional profession, if you will, is that we now have a reversal in policy on how we treat criminals. So when you have a growth of criminality, not just police officers killed in the line of duty, murdered in the line of duty, as Jason Rivera and Wilbert Mora were, you have criminals who are escalating. They're continuing to advance as criminals. They don't de-escalate, commit a crime, and go from felony down to misdemeanor. They work their way conversely, and this is what we're seeing. That is going to continue to grow, and those interactions, along with the Democrat Party-run cities and a number of other policies that enhance criminals' lives over law enforcement and the community, we're not separate from each other, that will lead to more deaths.
And then I want to roll this sound. This is Ray Kelly saying it's not an issue of money. Let's roll this, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Now we have Alvin Bragg. I can't believe that he actually rolled his plan out during a major crime wave in New York City. But not an issue of money. It's an issue of morale. It's an issue of the restraints and restrictions that have put on cops.
So basically he's saying they need support for cops to do their job. And when they talk about those restraints, even if you think back 6-7 years of how these police officers, even sooner, 3 years ago, with the way they're taught in the academy, they can't police the way they were taught. So their hands are tied.
Yeah, and when you tie the hands of police officers, you're not just tying their hands, you're damaging average, everyday Americans' lives, especially in poorer neighborhoods. And yes, in Black, Latin, Latino, no matter what the neighbor is, socioeconomic is a big factor here. So it is not about money, but when you defund or refund or reimagine under whatever name they want to make up, and you take $1 billion out of the budget for NYPD, you take money away from LA, from other major cities, or even smaller cities, your ability to recruit, to retain, to advance and grow a good law enforcement agency and keep it there. And then, yes, you do work on the community issues. You do bring in police and reform where there's actually reform that's good for the relationship and for dealing with the issues. It's also about safety for the community, not just about criminals. So this deconstruction of law enforcement as a community and these false statements by Joe Biden when it comes to federal, while ignoring local, especially in these Democrat cities, is what we need to look at.
Okay, we have just a tiny bit of time left, but the Memphis BLM founder Pamela Moses she was sentenced to 6 years in prison for voting illegally. The judge who came down on her with this said you tricked the probation department into giving you documents saying you were off probation. How concerning is this?
Not really to me. Look, at some point, if you look at her charges prior to this conviction, at some point, it's not everybody else's fault. She says she was tricked. Well, do I really believe her? I don't have a way of proving yes or no, but do you really believe somebody just wanted to trick her into violating the law and she wasn't capable of checking for herself? We have responsibilities as human beings, as citizens, as people, to know what we're doing. And that's where I lie with this. And Black Lives Matter, well, I have a bigger issue with $90 million missing, with reviews in California, with hundreds of millions of dollars that have been extorted from American corporations and American people that has gone where? Is it gone back to the black community? No. Are they burning? Yes, they are. Are they destroying? Yes, they are. Are they attacking law enforcement, burning precincts, along with Antifa and other leftists? My concern is for the American community, not for a Black Lives Matter movement that is led and founded in part by self-admitted Marxists.
Okay, David Webb, thanks so much for your time this morning, your take on this topic. We appreciate it.